Let's talk about the immune system. The immune system is going to recognize, attack, destroy, and remember each type of pathogen that enters the body. And immunity is defined as the process of being able to fight infection by producing cells that are going to destroy foreign substances or other cells. If we look at the immune system, we can look at non-specific defenses. So think of specificity and non-specific defenses. Well, how does your body defend itself? Well, it's going to attack any pathogen, and because we're saying non-specific, it'll be any pathogen, not a specific one. And the first line of defense in your body is going to be the skin, okay? That covers all of your body. And you're going to end up with different types of secretions, so sweat, mucus, tears. Those are all part of the immune system. The second line of defense is going to be the inflammatory response. And what happens is when you have um, something that penetrates that first line of defense, so here you have a wound being formed, possibly by a splinter or something, it's breaking the surface of the skin. There's bacteria there, and what happens is there's going to be phagocytes that move into the area and actually engulf the bacteria and cells that are there. And in order to do that, it ends up swelling because you have this buildup of fluid, and you have blood vessels are actually going to almost move closer to the surface. It's actually they're going to be dilating and opening up more, so they come closer to the surface. And remember phagocytosis. Those phagocytes are going to actually engulf the cells, but this is also going to be marked by an increased number of white blood cells and possibly a fever, because it's your body's way of rushing all of its resources to an area in order to take care of that danger to the body. The specific defenses are parts of the immune system that are going to attack a very specific pathogen or antigen, antigen being a foreign substance. You have what's called humoral immunity, which is when the white blood cells make antibodies to kill the pathogen, and cell-mediated immunity, where killer T cells destroy the pathogen. So with cell-mediated immunity, you may also have rejection. The body, if you end up with an organ transplant, the body may actually reject it because it's recognizing the cells on that organ or tissue as being foreign and not part of that body. So those killer T cells are going to destroy that specific pathogen. Now, to be more specific about humoral immunity versus cell-mediated immunity, humoral immunity, think of just a small fraction of the body's B cells, okay, which are going to grow and divide rapidly, and they're going to produce large numbers of those cells and memory B cells. So there's also going to be plasma cells, and those are going to release antibodies, okay? They're going to recognize and bind to that pathogen. Um, so the antibodies to get to that pathogen, they're going to be carried through the bloodstream and attack it, causing, attack that pathogen that's causing the infection. And then once the antibodies overtake that infection, the plasma cells or the memory cells are going to die out and stop producing antibodies. So once the body produces these, there's going to be kind of a memory reflex there, and if that antigen ever attacks the body again, those memory cells are going to actually be able to quickly divide and get to producing the antibodies much quicker, so that they're going to be able to fight that pathogen very quickly. And to reiterate about cell-mediated immunity, it's very specific, and it's the body's primary defense against its own cells when they've become cancerous or infected by viruses. So anytime the body is recognizing a cell as foreign, even if it is a human body cell, that's when cell-mediated immunity is going to kick in and actually produce these killer T cells, which are going to break down, and they will also have that memory function as well. So there's different ways to actually develop immunity. Active immunity is actually when you're exposed to a disease. Your body has to build up those memory cells, those B cells and T cells, and it will continue to keep them. Another way is actually to receive a vaccine, which is going to be a weakened form of the pathogen that's injected into your body. So you're actually getting the pathogen, and your body is going to produce those antibodies so that it will have that memory function if the pathogen does enter your system. Because I'll show you later that the secondary exposure is going to produce a much quicker effect. The other way to develop immunity is passive immunity. It's just passed along to you. Immunizations, we're actually given the antibodies. So instead of a vaccine where it's the pathogen and an immunization, you actually get the antibodies. Or maternal, you may get it through the placenta from your mother while you are still in the uterus, or through the breast milk. Actually, antibodies can be passed from mother to child. And if we look at this primary and secondary immune responses that I was discussing before, the first time that you're exposed to a pathogen, you have the antibody concentration is going to be kind of small. Well, time goes by and then you're exposed to it again. Well, now that you have those memory cells, your body's going to be able to quickly produce those antibodies, and it's going to spike right away in order to fight that pathogen and get you better.